For example, there are some areas in the life of a person when he could be called truly independent. For example, all the families members in the past have been the employees of any apartment or department, because by one way or the other way, after all, you are to run the affairs of the family, and the management also first demands how to go after the foremost problem, the bread and butter. You are the first person who turned around the family clan, particularly at the getting of employment. You make investment and try to become independent at the finance, because when you become a businessman, a trader, and run your business, though you are to pay the taxes, to be an honest person, you make basically your family independent one. Your children and your all upcoming generations become free and fair at the life. But if you do not pay the taxes, though you could be Muslim, you could be the Christian, you could be the Jew, you could be the Hindu, you could be the Sikh, you could be any, you can say, person of the world, citizen of any country and state. But if you do not pay the taxes, it is dishonesty. At the heart, you should realize that until you will not pay the taxes, but you have the right to live in a country. After all, you are to pay the taxes so that state and the country could make better financial schemes and ways to be labeled for every citizen to be given a right to rise in life. And right to rise in life needs education, a better education. And better education could only come when the citizens of the state, the citizen of the country, they are to pay the taxes, so that a person who is the part of the business or the country or the whatever is to give the taxes on his payments, on his payings, the financial schemes and the financial plans are made and executed. And if the only middle class and the lower ones, those who are already at the struggle, not, you can say, rising in the life, how we could avail a better working class? First of all, we are to make our middle and lower class to be made independent at the financial affairs, so that they could equip up their children with better education. As I have already talked, where you get birth, is not the matter of your choice. To some extent, we could say it's the role of fate that you get birth in somewhere in the poor background and you get birth in somewhere a rich background. And those who are rich today, they might have been at the fathers and forefathers level, poor ones, and they have fought, and now they are enjoying the ways of life and independent rights. And if I am to talk on the poor one, those who are fighting for the survival, fighting for the right of education, that is the most fundamental question of today's world. Today's world cannot be run just on the conventional and traditional grounds. Those people being religious, if they do not let the state open the institutions in their belongings areas, that is not our right-mindedness. If you want to free your country, free your generation, and you can only free your generation when you can give them the free and fair and positive educational, institutional environment. No progress, particularly scientific progress and scientific development and progression could come in a society until we do not break the middle and lower struggling class and let them reach to highest orders of life. Though the pressures of upward life are there, but after reaching there, a person becomes capable how to fight with the foremost pressures that are present there, because undergoing the hardships and the troubles, a person must become able to go on. Then what? So if only working class is giving the payments, I mean to say they are paying the bills, taxes they can't give because they are not the business class, they are just the struggling class. Their simple aim of life is to go after bread and butter and to provide education to their students. To that extent, that could only make them aware of the world. As in today's world, we are watching through electronic and print media and all of the internet sources that we are getting aware of. We are watching what's going on in the worldwide, and we rather to feel inferior, rather we feel somewhat aspirant that if we are provided with the same environment and the gadgets, we could also rise to excellence the way the Westerns and the highly developed countries are enjoying the fruits of the world, the fruits of the life. Why? Because they fought the wars in such periods of the journey of the human generation and human race when people of East and particularly African continent were unaware of what the treasures are present in their land. And God, you can say, overtakes the groups with the slowest one and the non-progressive groups and the countries. So, example, Alexander the Great, he took start in pre-Christ period, conquering the world, and almost he conquered the world. And in this way, Western tribes like England, France, Germany, Italy, and you can say Netherlands, Poland, Irish, Ireland, Scotland. These were also tribes, as the tribes might have been in the eastern countries, in Japan, in China, in Russia, in many of the other parts of the Asia. And they have reached to. But the fundamental question arises here that the journey of the conquering the world took start more earlier than the eastern countries, like the African countries. Eastern and African countries were well equipped with the treasures of the world, but they were having no sense of how to utilize the treasures and you can say the arsenals like gold and many of the other, you can say, things were present there, but they could not understand to it. And as God replaces the groups and the nations with those of generations and the nations, those who could offer the sacrifices and could occupy the treasures. In the same way, the big journey of the human civilizations to conquer on and to avail the resources took start from Alexander the Great, Iskandar Azam. He took start from Greek before Christ and leveled the ways for the Western nations like England and Normans and French. They started first clashing each other, but all one's tribes were good enough how to beat each other and fight each other and manage the affairs of the world. As I have already mentioned in one of my other video, that Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, got birth in 571 BC West period, and there was a Saint Augustine from Italy, from Rome, went to the place that today is called England. He went there in 578, just after 60 years of the Prophet Muhammad's birth, and started preaching Christianity, representing to the Italians and the Romans and the Rome were from all of the Papayat took start. So you can say there were many of the civilizations, Roman civilization, Greek civilization, Persian civilization, Russians, Chinese, and the Germans once they fought the Second World War. Japanese also discovering the ideas and backed up by the weapons. They made the journey and started conquering the world. That's why the Westerns took start first to conquering the world. That's why they gained the right to, you can say, avail and dig out the resources present in the Eastern and African countries and the continents. They had somewhat a better comparative sense of life and sense of fight, and they made better productions and better, you can say, discoveries at the warriorship, not at the discovering of the science and the scientific and other technological driven kind of inventions that largely took start from 13th centuries when Muslims scientists took off discovering the science and ideas. Then the time took start for the Westerns. So though the Muslims in Arab got the perfect teachings and a perfect system how to make the every citizen of the better character and a better citizen, and how to make a better welfare state, that all concepts coming from the Prophet. Before that one, the three of the philosophers of the Greek age, of the pre-Christ period, that were the Plato and Socrates and Aristotle, those who gave the fundamental questions and put inquiries and let the world to think on the independent grounds, and scientific inquiries took start from these three philosophers. Those are present in the Christ period in the Greeks. They made aware of the people how to come across. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. जी जी